A move perhaps best symbolized by Trump's demolition of the East Wing. He's certainly ripped up the established way of doing things here in the United States. It was just a year ago that he announced DOGE, the Department of Governmental Efficiency, which of course shuttered many departments and trimmed a lot of fat from a lot of departments, but it also shuttered things like USAID, the International Development Agency. He's also changed the name of the Department of Defense to the Department of War. He's of course unleashed mass deportation operations across the United States, those large-scale ICE raids, which of course have been receiving such negative attention in Minneapolis in recent weeks. Internationally looking, he's withdrawn the US from the World Health Organization. He's overseen the ceasefire agreements in the Gaza Strip, of course floated, like I mentioned, that board of peace with an entrance price tag of $1 billion. Also unleashed military strikes against Iran and its nuclear capabilities. He sent in special forces to seize the leader of Venezuela. He's also put in embargo on in the Caribbean, a naval blockade, threatens to take Greenland, whether they like it or not. Those last few, just in the last 3 weeks. This has indeed been the longest January that I've had in my political coverage here in the United States. And in terms of the economy, of course, who can forget Donald Trump's tariffs that he slapped on vast swathes of the world? And of course, he is still facing that affordability crisis, which he just a few weeks ago slammed as a hoax. And it is the Democrats that I talked to believe that could end up being his downfall when it comes to the midterm elections. But for their part, Congress largely impotent in the face of Donald Trump's second administration. One obvious exception was the Epstein vote, where everybody in Congress sang from the same hymn sheet, apart from one representative in the House of Representatives. But those Democrats, like I said, that I speak to, largely see the Supreme Court in some ways now as the last line of defense. Generally, though, they have ruled in favor of Donald Trump. There have been a couple of exceptions, those including the independence of the Federal Reserve as well as the federal grants, of course, the deportation of Venezuelan nationals to El Salvador that was taking place over last summer, and the federalization of the National Guard in Chicago. That we are also waiting to see which way they will rule on Donald Trump's tariffs, which could have a significant impact on Donald Trump's economic forecast and acting for the next couple of months. But for now, we're waiting to see which way they'll fall on that issue.